Hello, this is Regdrin, and along with me is Greenjake.
Oh,
Now,
hey everyone.
Greenjake just got an amazing weapon in Dungeon Fighter Online, so I'm kind of surprised that he joined the commentary for this video instead of staying in the game to try it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Ranger main, and today I got my best install, the Lord of Ranger, or Ranger Rod, as it was called before, and I am really happy about that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to use, but hey.
Yeah, I will basically need to learn the original inputs of absolutely everything, but you know, as some other Ranger mains say, you'll just get used to it. It becomes second nature after a while. And it's actually, I actually want to talk about my reaction about it, because at first I was just grinding hells, and I was like, I was convinced that I was not gonna get any more epics that day because I already got one, and I kind of just stopped after one epic, but I continued because I don't know, I wanted to use some health potions that were going to expire. And I see the epic shine, and like it's just going to be like another stupid fucking epic knuckle. And when I approach it, I pick it up, and I realize, oh, it's Lord of Ranger. Oh, it's Lord of Ranger. Oh my god, it's Lord of Ranger. And then I start freaking out, and I start like screaming and stuff.
Yeah, and spamming OMG and various combinations thereof in Skype chat. Now, I'd like to
good times.
I'd like to explain the situation in game. You probably saw a whole bunch of red dots on the globe while we were talking about Dungeon Fighter Online.
Yeah, and now you have developed a iron ball that you can throw at the aliens.
It does look pretty heavy. I mean, it takes up 4 equipment slots, which is, well, much bigger than a hand grenade. But, well, we've completed our hyperwave decoders in our bases, and I found out that all of those spaceships that are flying around are there to make an alien base. And that's actually helpful for us because...
that's on your screen.
Yeah. But what that bowling ball thing does is it's actually a mind probe that lets us find out the rank and statistics of aliens, which is very helpful for deciding who to capture.
And also some other interesting information like their high school dating experience and other information that might not be useful for you. Also, what they think of horror movies and their opinion on fried fries. Very nice information to have.
The snake man I just shot was stood up on his, 4th date in a row. He didn't have much to live for.
He had family and kids at home.
Yeah. Now, going back to the alien base, it's important because that sort of thing has an alien commander in it, and those things are really hard to find. The only other place you might find one is an alien battleship, and, well, I don't want to tangle with those. Because usually to get on one of those you have to shoot it down, and, well, they're battleships. So it's much easier to land in an alien base.
Good old battleship.
But there is going to be a couple of problems which I will go into further detail when we actually invade the base. What I'm doing right now is the creation of an alien base involves a lot of supply ships. And of course, since the base is on the ground, all of the ships involved land at some point. Now, supply ships tend to, well, have a lot of supplies. And some of them are not useful, like alien food. but they do also have quite a bit
Alright.
of fuel in them, so that's definitely worth going after, especially if you're short on that.
Hmm.
So I'm actually
So it's kind
okay.
of like a scavenge situation.
Well, this is
Or
more like a pirate situation because we didn't actually. We're just raiding the supply ship for stuff.
alright.
We're even bringing swords.
Yeah, good old-fashioned swords. Like fucking laser weapons, that's fucking stupid. Just bring a sword, man. Swords are able to deflect lasers because they're shiny. Everyone knows that.
Exactly.
The
Also,
cactus is in the way.
now, having an alien base on Earth is actually bad because you lose points every day. However, if you're short on supplies, once a base is on the ground, it receives supplies from alien ships every now and then, and you can raid those, like, constantly to get whatever you need.
So it kind of becomes like an utility. Like you let them be there, and you simply so you can raid the supply ships and supply ships and stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Now, what I found through this and through other experience is that when you're in a UFO mission, the aliens that are sort of outside the ship are almost all soldiers. The important aliens stay inside the ship.
Okay.
And also, it's important to invade the base eventually because the commander that's in there is a required capture to complete the game.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Well, that's interesting.
yeah, that's the highest rank of alien that you can capture, which makes it doubly important to check the alien ranks so that you don't actually accidentally kill what you came in there to capture.
So I guess that's why the shiny ball of fortune is for.
Yeah, exactly. And in the vanilla version of this game, it's really easy to research. However, in Final Mod, it actually requires you to sort of wrestle a lot of technology out of the aliens first.
Hmm.
However,
I guess that's kind of a really tough balance choice, actually, because if they choose to make it super easy to research, then you can complete the game without much problems. But that last mission is still difficult. But however, if they make it difficult to craft, you need to do all of that beforehand, and on top of how difficult the last mission is, I'm guessing.
well, the last mission doesn't change. It always has a fairly set amount of specific kinds of aliens and equipment, including the strongest in the game, of course.
All right.
And what I really like about this particular mod is that some of the aliens have uniforms colored by their rank, which I don't think was in vanilla. So that makes it more reasonable to capture important aliens without the use of the mind probe.
All right. So it kind of becomes like a finding target or finding Waldo or Wally or
By the way,
however it was called in your country.
that snakeman should have
And an
looked.
apple.
That snakeman should have looked around instead of just walking straight forward when he walked out the door. I thought that the Scotsman was going to die there because I only just spotted the door and he didn't have enough time to move back around a corner out of sight. But the
Yeah, he
snakeman.
was just distracted by the cactus.
Yeah, this strange Earth life stopped the Snake Man from checking his corners properly.
Hmm.
But
Like
to prevent
eating
this...
cactus.
To prevent this sort of thing from happening again, I dropped some smoke near the doors, so if another alien comes out, he probably won't spot the soldiers that I have grouped in perfect formation for a grenade to kill them all.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that actually, that it's always really spooky when you have them grouped like that, because they can, I can just imagine the worst scenario of like an alien coming up and one of them using reaction fire and shooting one of his friends in the back, or the alien like just shooting them up or throwing a grenade or something.
Yeah, it reminds me of what caused me to restart the last game. Yeah, but as I've talked I've talked to the others a little bit about possibly finding a backup game to move into. Oh, wow! That alien just shot one of the engines of the craft. It's a good thing this isn't... It's a good thing this isn't Michael Bay XCOM, or it would have just blown the whole thing up.
Michael Bay XCOM. I can just imagine that. It's just like every shot has like a nuke. Hey, the potato gun, yay.
Mushroom Cloud, yeah. So, the good news is that unlike the XCOM remake, if an alien shoots, or in fact if you happen to shoot one of those power sources, the fuel inside is still okay. It's explosives weapons that'll destroy the fuel inside it.
Alright.
Or if you shoot the UFO down, because that'll just destroy everything in the engine room. But when I was editing this video, I found out that there was a lot of slow time. That is, at first the video was around 40 minutes, but after I sped up all the moments where people were just walking around, it was more like, I don't know, 20? 25? Anyway,
yeah,
I used...
Speeding up, sure.
Yeah,
So much.
I used the bowling ball to find out that this Snake Man was an engineer, which is worth capturing. So, Kaizen is going to do his usual Kaizen thing and just stomp everything with his amazing skills. And Meme Hammer was...
AKA Potato Gun.
Yeah, Meme Hammer was in the blast range of the potato gun, but it had some distance away from him and it hit his front armor, so he's a little groggy, otherwise okay.
No sleeping on the job, soldier.
Now, the elevators are probably the worst part of invading a large UFO or base, and the reason is the aliens up above will see you before you necessarily see them, and can shoot first.
Yeah, I remember all of those wonderful situations where you went to an elevator and like it turned out to be like a death trap.
So I saw
Also the fact
it.
that you do not see anything, period.
Oh, like that, for example.
Rip, whoever that was.
That was Pickled Squid, an alt of one of the newer players, and
Damn it.
he was
Welcome
actually
to Accentum.
It was a pretty big shame because one of the shots against the alien way up there actually hit, but it wasn't enough damage.
Yeah.
And Snake Men are, well, usually you face them fairly early in the game. Like, you probably researched lasers because they're really fast, but if I faced Snake Men earlier, I'd actually be in some trouble because their armor and health are not amazing, but they're high enough so that the starting puny earth weapons you have will probably not be very effective. Railguns work fine, though.
Railguns always work. And if not, you can always do a Shadow Warrior tactic and just nuke everything. Like 3 kills for a nuke, fair deal.
You know what? If I had a nuke-like weapon, I'd probably be using it a lot. Maybe not in the engine rooms, but pretty close. Also, it turns out that the potato bomb was only barely enough to knock the Snake Man out because he got right back up afterwards.
Well then,
the good news is that...
Please don't tell me they bugged you.
In classic Xcom, they actually do have melee attack that's not attached to their weapons. But in this version of Xcom, they don't. So it's safe to approach them and stun them again. By the way, that was really bad luck encountering those aliens in the elevators. But before I go further, yeah, that was definitely the same Snake Man that shot our wonderful guildmate. You can tell because he took some... Yep. He took a lot of damage from that one laser bolt. But as I was saying, the reason I say it was...
Well, he was inside a panic room.
Yeah. It was really unlucky because those rooms up further up the elevators are tiny. There was a really low chance of aliens being there. But Pickled Squid did not luck out there. And I was kind of surprised, although it makes sense in retrospect. Supply ships are big, and of course they are, because they have to carry a lot of things. Like this is a 3-floor UFO, and there aren't too many of those. Oh, those canisters are alien food, and trust me, you do not want to have what they're having.
They're having a healthy dose of, like, nitric acid or something.
Even better. It's essentially this kind of melted soup of whatever they can find, including people.
Delicious. Good for the bones.
Yeah.
For the children.
According to the research, they don't even, like, drink it the normal way. It's an IV injection.
Wow.
So, they don't even get to enjoy their food.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing to enjoy about that.
Well, okay, yes, that's probably true.
Like, I remember in the hospitals and stuff, like when they inject you something, so and that gives you like the water and nutrients that you need to live.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah.
Now, my attempt to stun this Snake Man failed, so I need to shoot it with something with a bit more punch. The problem is that since I tried to stun, our guildmate is right next to the alien. So, aim well. Woohoo! One of them was actually close.
Was behind a pod.
Yeah, it was. But that's another one of those shots that could have easily hit a guildmate instead, and I'd probably face a court-martial. Or perhaps the guild would rebel.
Oh my god, I remember all of those like civilization games where like stuff against you. Like if that was the case here and like the soldiers start killing each other or something.
You know, I really hadn't thought about... Oh, by the way, situations like this are why we have swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just open the door and the alien is right there. And Swords are not even in the vanilla game. They were added by players who modded the game. And I think they're handled pretty well.
Yeah, plus, who doesn't want to have swords in every video game ever? Like freaking Star Wars, let's add some swords to that shit. Not even lightsabers, just normal swords. Freaking Overwatch, swords, why the hell not? Like, every game has to have swords.
But the other thing I like is that this game doesn't make them overpowered or anything. Like, being able to shoot things is a huge advantage, and, well, you've seen how effective ranged weapons are at killing things. Usually it's one or two shots. So in order to make good use of melee weapons, you really have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's kind of it is kind of difficult to like make a sword overpowered. You kind of need to go out of your way to do it. Like, unless you do something ridiculous, like, hey, this sword is able to shoot laser beams, or something like that.
Yeah, in a game like this anyway. Another way to make it overpowered would be if they said, hey, you can deflect plasma bolts with this, or something. Like a Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. So, 10 has to hide and hope that the alien didn't notice what just happened there.
It must be the cactuses. Clearly.
So just hold your breath. Maybe the incredibly advanced alien technology didn't detect you firing your railgun at it a few times.
You know, just casually, stuff that happens every day, like the mosquitoes in this planet, like just fire stuff at you.
Now, Roxas actually has a line of sight. However, he's using the laser spray gun. So there's a high chance that he would cut guildmates into convenient bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, we don't want that. A full teammate is better than little slashes of them.
Well, by the way, we're getting pretty close to the end of this playthrough, because once you get to invading an alien base and capturing the commander, well, that leads to the... Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay, so the Scotsman you just locked out. The real 10 also.
Miss or
No, it didn't. It didn't miss. It looks like it looks like a plasma shotgun, and most of it hit the corner instead of our team member.
I see.
And that we discovered that alien was a navigator, which is not really useful to us. We need engineers, medics, and leaders from this UFO. But as I was saying, once you capture the alien commander from the alien base, that opens the way to the very last mission, and we're getting to the position where we can probably take it on soon. Oh wow, it happened again. That corner has been bad for us, and this time the Scotsman didn't escape completely unharmed.
Yeah. Oh, there's the leader.
Yep, that's the leader, alright. Alright, but it turns out that the stun rod is not as good as it used to be, so maybe I need to research something better for the base raid. But that's the end. We captured a couple of good aliens. Yeah. But, we did lose an Xcom operative in this grab for alien fuel. No blood for Illyrium! No blood for Illyrium!
This reminds me of like what one of our guildmates has for its mood, like rookies are not people.
Yeah, recruits are not people.
Yeah.
Well, and we took so much stuff from the supply ship that our storage is full, so I now have to get rid of some stuff. But
Alright.
I'll handle most of that off screen. In the meantime, it was fun doing commentary with you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching this video.
Yeah.
Later.
Later.